right? Like,
Right.
how do you get to that truth? Let's talk a little bit about your process when you work with a client to understand what their values are and really have true corporate self awareness. Say, hey, this is what we think we stand for, but this is what everyone's saying. And how do
Yeah.
we bring those two worlds together to really say, I know we speak about X, Y, and Z in our, our notes over here, but we're not really living that truth.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And that actually is one of my favorite exercises that I do in workshops with clients. So, of course, every strategist has an exercise that is around company values and brand values. Mine in particular is about saying, let's just kind of list out
Mhm.
what everybody thinks your core values are. And then what starts to happen is that, you'll have 20 of these buzz terms on a wall, and then you start to ask them, okay, well, now I'm starting to see a lot of overlap, and there's really like 5 that actually matter. So then we start to talk about those 5, and I say, and say transparent is one of them, or quality. Every company has
Right, but
high
what's your
quality.
differentiator, right? Everyone's saying the same thing. How do you stand out? Otherwise, you're swimming in
Exactly.
a sea of sameness, right?
Yes. So I say, okay, if this is important to you, and we're talking about transparency, for instance, I need you to tell me a story about when you have exhibited and your company has exhibited an example of transparency or high quality. And then all of a sudden they'll tell a story about an example and an anecdote about when they exhibited a quality control issue and they got
Mm.
down to the heart of it, and then somebody else chimes in and says, oh yeah, what about that time, and blah blah blah. And then the next thing you know, it starts to give them context around what quality really means for that particular organization. And that's when you start to get the true context and differentiation for them, as opposed to just saying quality everywhere.